Hi, this is Dick. Before we get into this week's CleanCast, I'm excited to announce a new training program that we've developed for supervisors. It consists of 12 lessons, 6 DVDs, complete with exercises that help the learning process, and discussion questions at the end of each lesson to assist also in the learning process. I'll be leading each session, which help the participants better understand the subject matter rather than just watching a video. Companies can use it in a group session or a one-on-one session for that new supervisor that you just brought on board. Most sessions are about an hour. As management, you can choose how long you want them to be, but most of them, if you just follow the format, it'll be about an hour. This 6 DVD, 12 lesson set will be available about March the 1st, and everyone will have an opportunity at that time to purchase it for the regular price of $239 for the 6 DVDs. Order from our website at consultantsandcleaning.com. You'll get all 6 of the DVDs, all 12 lessons, me personally conducting the lessons. So I want you to order today. Now, on to our CleanCast. Welcome to our CleanCast today. Thanks for joining us. I've entitled our session today, The Wisdom of the Ages. You know, and I got that from a story I was reading quite some time ago about a king from way back in the kingdom ages. I don't know how many years ago that would have been. But, you know, this king had everything he wanted, everything he could possibly want, and yet he was unhappy. Any of you watching this or listening to this, you know, you're comfortably living in your income, but you're not happy? Well, this was this king. So he called together his best scholars, all of his intelligent, so to speak, people. And he got this dozen or so of them together, and he said, I want to know the wisdom of the ages, something I'm missing out on. What's the wisdom of the ages? And so he told him, I want you to report back to me in a month. So a month comes, and by golly, here comes his troop, a dozen of his 12 people that have been meeting all this time, and they actually bring in a chariot of all of the books and manuals that they are explaining to him. You know, there's 50, 60 books. This is the wisdom of the ages, Mr. King. And this guy looks at him and says, are you kidding me? I'm not going to read all that material. Go back and condense it down to something that I can understand and I can take the time to read. So this time I'm only going to give you 2 weeks because you did a lot of the background. So sure enough, 2 weeks comes and goes, or 2 weeks comes and goes, it gets here. And here comes his group, and by golly, they've narrowed it down to about 12 books. I don't know if that was a book for each one, but 12 books. He said, you don't understand. I'm not going to read 12 books. Come back to me in a week with it condensed. Sure enough, in a week, they come back, and there's 3 books. I'm not going to read 3 books. Make it simple. Make it simple. I'll give you another week, but if you don't do it now, we're going to start over with a whole different group. And so, sure enough, here comes the week. They come in and they're empty-handed. They have nothing in their hands. He says, well, now you come with nothing? Are you trying to show me up? They said, no, sir. We've come up with the answer. And so the king, he's kind of excited. You know, there's not any books and you don't have to read, so what's the wisdom of the ages? They look at him and they say, there ain't no free lunch. And that was what it was all about. There ain't no free lunch in this world. So let's carry that forward to this year, to this 21st century. Isn't that applied today too? We have an enormous number of people in this country and around the world who want that free lunch. Like the government or their fellow man or their church or some agency owes them a lunch or owes them something in this world. And you remember in some of our other CleanCasts that we've done, I've talked about, you know, what we have today as a total result of what we've, you know, the efforts that we've made. And so if we haven't made any effort, we probably don't have anything. We're waiting on that free lunch. So let's think about that. if you're one of those that's kind of waiting on the government to help you, or maybe you're one of those that, the company owes me a supervisor job, or they owe me a raise. Well, I don't know. Do they? See, there ain't no free lunch. Would you agree with me? Here again, I'd like your comments. You can go to my website, consultantsinCleaning.com. Click on the icon that sends me a message, and let me know your thoughts on that. But I think the wisdom of the ages has gone back centuries to what were supposed to be, quote, smart guys back then. They came up with there ain't no free lunch, and as we look around, that may be the case today too. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.